Boom, and we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, for the unplanned stream with Montana Ricky.
I'm alive, you
Ah,
motherfucker.
he's back. What's going on? You getting rash? You got leprosy?
No, it's at the warehouse. Like, we have multiple shelves,
Yeah,
and like it always seems like the heaviest things we put on the third shelf.
yeah.
So it's like one of us has to climb it, the other one has to pull it down, and then you got to like arm bear hug it. And I just get rashes from the pedals because it's got dust and shit, and it's all the way from freaking overseas, and it's just got
Yeah.
everything. So
Maybe put the light stuff on the top.
well, we have to do it by dates. So if we
Oh,
have something, so if we have something come on this one and then this one and this one, and we rotate it in, it has to go by that. So it doesn't matter how fucking much it weighs. And usually it's the most heaviest shit is on the third fucking rack.
of course. What's
Of
up,
course.
20 grip? We got some people coming in.
That's good. That means they got no lives, just like us.
Oh, what shirt are you wearing? Are you wearing
You?
a repping? No, you. Are you wearing a repping shirt?
No, but I got that. Ooh, look at that. Somebody went buzzalled. I buzzed it off today, boys. I
Bzz.
just buzzed it. But BMX Kings gave me some hats, so I'm finally wearing them.
There you go.
Shout out. You know, you got your Park Tool beanie on.
And the wheel mill tee. Oh,
Always got to wear something that's sponsoring.
that's right.
Yeah, so how many people are eliminated out of the game of bike?
So far, there are. Let's see. Let me actually. Crap. I wonder if I can get to it on this computer and actually have it open. I have a updated bracket, but I gotta get to it.
How's my internet?
Seems fine.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to read it. Damn it. So I think that actually no, I got it. I can check it on my phone. So I think that there's like oh my gosh, all right. So here's the bracket. Can you see
Okay.
it? So all the ones with 3 letters are the people who are out. And then you
Yeah.
can see that there's names in the second rows. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people who are in round 2 so far of the 32 that will be eventually in round 2.
So that means how many people are eliminated so far?
11
Oh, 11.
because they played 11 people. Thank Ricky for me. Bought some merit stuff. Got his signature. Boom, boom.
What did he buy? What did you buy?
What did you buy? So yeah, Lip Lord's Game of Bike's going really well. I learned a new trick today for it. Did you see it?
No, I went and got a haircut and then came home and worked on a new video. Not so much worked on a video, it's just me talking because I'm basically doing podcast shit, but I didn't get a chance. And then when I told you to give me a call so we could start doing this, I started Instagramming something and then I just put it up without no thought, my Instagram. So I didn't look at anything.
Gotcha. Well, here it is. Can you see?
Yeah, push it.
Oh, that's zooming in. There it is.
That's so funny.
And then there's my set.
You've never done that?
The bar, the tap, or the bar in the middle of the tap.
You've never done that?
No, I've never even tried it.
Weird.
I've seen people do it a lot. Sponge has done it like for Lip Lords, but I've never even tried.
That's so funny. It's funnier when you get around older school dudes that can do like 3 of them.
Right?
Like they're just like,
Dude, it is way hard with a coaster.
yeah. Well, Coaster just manual, like a manual on a quarter pipe is way harder with a free coaster than it
Yeah.
is just with a regular cassette because of the way you have to land. I I don't like trying nose wheelies with free coasters either. It sounds weird, but like I just like having a little bit of that to balance.
Uh-huh. Like this thing, I don't know. I couldn't tell if I had pedal pressure or not because I don't use pedal pressure in tire taps ever. So like I have no idea if there was pedal pressure there or not, and I was mostly concerned with like trying to get back to the brake to pull it to go in. I don't know.
That's funny.
It worked.
Well, it worked. It's awesome that you got the owner of Colony fucking playing. Did he
Dude,
win? Is he still going or did he
yeah,
lose?
he's in round 2 and they're both at B right now.
That's ridiculous. And Tom Justice has a B.
Yeah, and he might have to take an M because he didn't get to set today.
Really?
Yep.
He's gonna lose by default because he's a
Yeah,
dad and has responsibilities.
he might.
Because I'll be very honest with you, his new edit that came out, holy fuck, dick.
The guy's insane. The guy's
Like,
legitimately crazy.
if he cut his fucking hair, he would have more fans. I hate saying it, but that's the number one thing. It's so sad that people don't even look at their writing; they look at appearances. You know that.
Yeah. Oh, I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude said that he bought a bag and a tool, and someone said to say, "Tell Ricky it's Ayala."
Hey, hold on. What's his Instagram?
I don't know.
He probably just said it to me.
He's told me. He
And
told you to stream with me.
oh, okay, yeah. Hey, what's up? I'm doing exactly what you told me to do, fucker. See, his YouTube. See, now I'm starting to learn people's YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like their handles on YouTube.
Yep. So what's what?
Go ahead.
No, you're good. This is gonna start a new conversation. So you're good.
Oh, I was just gonna say because I've been looking at and doing YouTube shit so much lately, the last like week, that now I have to like get paying attention to YouTube comments too.
Dude, it gets crazy. It gets real crazy.
I just, to me, it's just like my Instagram. I don't like ignoring people.
That's
Like
yeah.
I try to pay attention as much as I can. I try to answer everything I can. I try to do everything as possible to not being an asshole. But like YouTube, I'm so small. It's so much easier to be personable for me.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy the people that have been communicating and talking with me on YouTube lately because it's like I love Instagram, but Instagram I've already grown and I've gotten to a point where I'm like I don't think I'm going to grow any bigger because I don't get shout outs. That's my problem. I don't get like my shit reposted and shouted out anymore. It's just like bigger pages just don't do that anymore because I'm a sales rep because they can't really do it in a sense because I work for a company. So that's where their like stigma is. Plus I suck dick. But you know what I'm saying? But like on the YouTube, it's great. And like I was talking to Billy Perry yesterday and just saying that like I could only imagine what it's like to be that big.
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't imagine.
Even just where I'm at right now, it's getting hard to keep up with comments. Because I try to respond to every single one that's not just completely stupid, someone talking crap, you know. And it's getting hard. What's up, Travis? Yeah, I mean, it's good and bad. It kind of sucks sometimes because you want to respond to everybody. And, like, I feel like there's a point where it's like, below this point is like where you're at right now, where you can talk to every single person and it works. And then above the point, it's like there's way too many people to even remotely try to respond to everyone.
Right.
And then you're at this point where it's like it's possible to respond to everyone, but you have to work for it. And it's hard.
I just like being smaller again. Like my Instagram's, like I said, as big as it's gonna get. But it's like there's a routine to my Instagram. People that follow me know what I'm gonna do. I do the same bullshit all the time. It's a different video, but it's the same routine. Everybody has a routine with their Instagram. Everybody knows how they post, how they talk, the way they do it, the way they put things in there. Everybody knows how somebody rides. They get it. You know what I'm saying? So like this whole YouTube experience for me is like, it's way different because I'm doing things. I don't think there's any other BMXer that's doing YouTube videos like me. There isn't. There's nobody doing it in a podcast type of style.
Oh, I was for a little bit.
Right.
Before you decided to jump in on them.
Straight up 30. I'm like doing almost 30 minutes per video when I'm doing them. And it's just one topic. There's no editing. I'm not cutting anything out. I don't have beautiful effects. I don't have what you have. I mean, I would like that, but then at the same time, like Nintendo and gaming, there's a lot of gamers and Nintendo guys that do it this way. And I just find myself, like, I can't watch everything, but I can be in my car and I can listen to it. Yeah. So more of a podcasty way is way better for me because I don't have the skill that you have. You know, your editing is really good. You know, Billy Perry. Thanks. Like, I watched Billy Perry edit, and it's just like, fuck, dude. I don't know how you guys do it.
Years and years and years of learning.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike Groff, Ollie Groff on Instagram said, always fun to watch Ricky ride.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That dude, him and Trevor going at it in the game of bike.
Yeah? It's
hard to watch. Because I'm like, oh, I want them both to win.
I have, I guess I'll just say it publicly now. I have some discrepancies that I think you need to fix on it the next time you do it.
Yeah, it's a learning experience.
But I don't think it's fair to have, and I know you're trying, you got a bracket that's super big and you wanted everybody to be included. Yeah. I get that. That's great. It's awesome. But the next one you do, the quarter pipe can't be smaller than 6 feet. I don't give a shit. If you don't have a 6 foot quarter, you can't enter.
Then that's crap, because there's people like me who live an hour away from the closest 6 foot quarter. That's not going to be a rule.
That's the same thing with everybody else, and you shouldn't be entering it anyway. I don't want to start an argument with you.
Sponge can't be in it then, because he'll never be able to get to a 6 foot quarter. That's not a fair rule.
Okay, 5 foot. You have a 5 footer.
Nope.
What do you have?
4.
The 2 foot fucking quarter thing is retarded. Anybody doing anything on a 2 foot quarter, that's like going to a curb. I basically, what I'm going to do is enter this contest. I'm going to paint a quarter pipe on the ground, and I'm just going to do tricks on the ground. It doesn't count, and I don't care if I sound like an asshole or doing something. When I see 2 people facing one another, and I see a dude fucking doing on a legitimate 6-7 foot quarter with metal coping, and not just metal coping, with the metal plates on the other side, that is 20 times harder than doing a 2 foot quarter.
Oh, you're right. It's just in the thing with that is that the guy doing it on the 2 foot quarter is making himself look bad by doing it on a small ramp just to make it work.
Okay, I'm not trying to take it away, and I'm not being a salty bastard.
I get it.
I'm saying that there needs to be some hardcore-ness to this, and it evolves. It grows, it gets bigger. I'm just telling you, you have a lot of big name pros in this thing, and Bobby Allister is doing it like a fucking man on a 6 or a 7 foot quarter. So
that's what he has access to. He doesn't have anything smaller than that. That's his thing. Like his park by his house.
It can't be smaller than a 4. Okay, if that's what it goes to, it cannot be smaller. The 2 foot quarter shit is annoying to me. And if it doesn't have coping and it's just wood, dude, that's like riding a curb.
That's still part of it. It's still a quarter pipe. Those are the best places to do lip tricks. You don't know because you don't do lip tricks.
I'm one of a person that's on the outside watching it.
I know, but for people who actually like are tech orientated, a box lip or a quarter pipe without coping is the best place to do a lip trick.
Yes, but what I'm saying is the stupid 2 foot quarter ones without
Yeah,
it.
well,
Like,
maybe I'll make a poll before I do the next one and say if there should be a quarter pipe rule. It's because it's all going to be based on what people want. I'm not just making rules based on what I want. I just put it into the story, let people vote on
well,
it.
I told you I don't even want you in the fucking thing. For starting off from this right now, everybody, how many people we got on here?
15 so far.
15. You 15 people, I want you to know, me and Brant are really good friends. But at the same time, if I don't like something, and it's not that he's so good, I know he can do good. I just don't want him to win his own contest.
Yeah, winning my own contest would look bad. So I'm definitely not gonna try to lose, and I'm not gonna not try my hardest to win.
I will tell you straight up, if you face against Bobby Allister, I love you, but that's going to be a very
that won't
hard
happen
game.
though, because he's on the opposite side of the bracket.
All right, on your bracket then, who is the one that scares you?
Let me pull it up. It's gonna be whoever wins between Tom Justice and Will Thompson.
That's your next one?
No, the next person is whoever wins between Andrew Vargason, Grindworks, and the Toast Ghost dude that he's playing against, who seems to be doing really well. I've never heard of him before he entered the game, but he's holding his own.
Okay, well, I'm saying that let's just say that you get farther. Who knows? Andrew could beat, anyone could beat. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What makes this crazier is there's no repeats. So your second game, can you repeat against that person?
What do you mean?
Say Andrew beats this kid, and Andrew starts doing the crossbar grab stuff up against the next person he does. He can do those tricks against that person because it's a new game, correct?
Yeah, I don't have any rules on that.
Okay, because I was like, holy fuck, if you started bringing that in, that would make it even more insane.
That would make it hard.
It would make it hard.
It'd be so hard. But so if Andy wins, or if that guy wins, I gotta go against them. If I beat one of whoever that is, it'll be between this dude from like the Czech Republic who's all about ice picks and fufanoos, or the dude who set the whip to foot jam whip on a 14-year-old kid. He said he felt bad because he didn't even look at the kid's Instagram. He just did a trick that he likes doing. I'm like, Jesus.
You're going to learn today, you little fucker.
Well, the person he's against just hasn't been responding, so he might not even be in it anymore anyway. Might have to kick him out. If you don't respond and you don't set your tricks.
You'd be pretty depressed too if somebody hit you with a foot jam or a tail whip to foot jam whip.
Right. Well, the kid said he went on vacation or something, and then he claims he broke ribs, and I don't know, just a lot of weird stuff. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Either way, it's pretty gnarly. But if I end up against Will Thompson, there's absolutely no way I'm beating him. Because he has all my tricks. Same with Tom Justice. I mean, Tom Justice could do any of the tricks I can do.
That fucker can do like down whip, like down. Holy crap!
He can do Canadian down whips both directions. They're downside foot jam whips. Yeah, Canadian downside foot jam whip.
He is very much like the new age Dave Osato. Like, yeah, that's like Dave Osato didn't go like that type of big.
I don't know. I would compare him more to Miron than Osato, because Miron went huge on everything, and Tom goes insanely huge on everything. Right,
but Miron couldn't do the tech stuff that Dave Osato could do.
Oh, so he's like a mixture of them.
Yeah, like Dave Osato was doing. I don't know what this trick is called, but say you're in an ice pick, and you say you go to rocket ice pick.
Yeah.
and you like move your bike, but you stay in the rocket and you go like this and move your body around it. It's like an old. I saw it. He was 17 years old when he did it. I'll have to find the clip, but he does some crazy ice pick rocket flatland trick, and it's so fucked.
On a quarter?
Yeah, on a quarter. I'll find it.
Yeah, you gotta find that. I want to see it.
Bikes.
I want to see it because that sounds like a trick I was trying but could not figure out.
It's like a weird spin it around you, but then he also did an ice pick decade.
Right. But dude, Tom Justice is like, he goes so big and he spins. He can do 360 like tuck no handers both directions just as good as normal. It's insane.
It sucks that like, you know, Mafia Bikes has a lot of money.
They just have a terrible reputation.
Well, that's because Mark
Peter?
Brethren loves that shit. The owner of it loves drama. That's his favorite thing.
Well, it
It's
makes
not
people
good.
look bad.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's not good.
Yeah, like when you associate, when you like, it's cool that he gets bikes and everything, and he probably gets paid. But when you associate yourself with that, it gets tagged onto you too, even if you're not involved, and it can hurt your the way you look to other people.
Oh, definitely. Like, you know, I rode for the
What's up,
owner.
Jeff
He
Mead?
owned Amity Bikes, so he owned Mafia and Amity Bikes.
Yeah.
And I rode for Amity, and just riding for Amity was bad. Like,
yeah.
I loved it. He was a great guy. He took care of me. He sent me tons of shit. You know, it was like he sent me on the trip and was going to bring me to Europe. It was good. But it's like he's just got a different mentality. I like the dude.
Yeah.
And he's a smart businessman.
It's
he
whatever.
Makes money. Yeah. But
clearly he's a smart businessman, because the smartest business move, take all your emotions out of it, is to go to freaking Amazon and eBay and whatnot with your BMX company. Like, that's the smartest business thing you could do.
He sold Mafia Bikes at Walmart. That's where Mafia was. And then he's like, yo, Ricky, I think I'm just going to get rid of Amity and start these. And then he got rid of Amity and went to Mafia. And he also makes pit bikes. Those little tiny 50s and 60s motorcycles. He has that company too. He's got a fuckload of companies. He's smart.
Smart dude. I mean, dude, it's definitely a crappy thing to do, but putting your crap on Amazon is like the way to get people to buy it.
Right. What was the question? You said you were going to change the topic. You were going to ask me something.
Oh, Jesus. I can't even remember anymore.
And then I started talking about YouTube.
Dang it. Oh, I was just going to ask what the controversial thing going on in BMX right now was. Because there's always something.
I know that women are going to be entered into the Nora Cup.
Yeah, they're doing the Nora Cup for women. But that's not controversial. That's like, why did it take so long?
Right. But then also, I know that the way the voting goes, and then also switching it and having it go to the source is weird still for people. So it's
the voting is just, it's literally a popularity contest.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
Yeah.
I've been to my favorite Nora Cup, and I'm such a drama queen, was when Robbie was secretly announcing that everyone was going to Colt. And all the riders were wearing Colt, and then the riders that were still unfit that weren't wearing it. Like Chase Hawk and Edwin and like Eddie still had fit stuff on, and Eddie's like, yeah, man, I don't know, this is kind of crazy. And then all of a sudden it was announced that they're splitting and they're starting their own company. It was just like a big, huge thing. And that Nora Cup was fucking nuts. Dude, everyone was so fucking drunk. Everybody was super high. It was crazy.
That's funny. What's up, Mark
Nora
Steele?
Cup was fun.
Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, dude, when we were there, it was sweet.
Who's leaving? Did someone leave?
No, they said, yo, first time catching you live. Need more jams like Baco. Say it, that's Swamp Fest. Swamp Fest literally is Baco now. Except in a warmer place where more people go.
Right.
I went to the last Baco that happened and the one before it. And maybe not, I don't remember. I went to
The one
two
in
Bacos.
Minneapolis,
No,
Minnesota.
the ones that were still at the outdoor park at Jellystone.
Yeah,
I
the
went
one where
to
they
those.
fucked the whole place up.
Dude, it
burned
was
everything
bad. It was so bad. You got like 16-year-old pros or kids who ride for legit companies, like drunk and jumping off roofs and crap. And it's like, it
Setting
was
shit on fire. Like
literally all about that. I mean, whatever, that's what BMX kind of was, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if we need any more of that.
I have a jam in Richmond, Virginia this weekend.
Nice.
So I have like 10 of the dudes I gotta go, and I always call it babysitting, but it's really not. Like, how can I babysit Brad Sims?
Well, it's easy. You just like wait till he's asleep and then you jump on him.
Those fuckers don't sleep, dude. Like, we're gonna drive like 7 hours. It's Billy Perry, Charlie Crumrish, Bad Matty, Chioff, Anthony Cantlow,
Oh, sweet.
DJ Justin. So it's it's all of us merit guys.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Like, we're gonna get there. It'll be like 10 o'clock, and we're gonna go right straight until like 3, 4 in the morning. I already know it. And then they're gonna want to drink, like everybody does.
Yeah.
And then there'll be weed. So it's always an adventure. And I'm such an old man. I just want to ride street, get done, and go to bed. That's all I want to do.
Kurt said, "Thank God Ricky matches his shirt to his hat."
Fuck Kurt.
And then he said, Greg Henry for pro."
Oh, definitely. I wish Greg Henry wasn't such a grown-ass adult, because he just got his own house and shit, so he couldn't even come on the trip.
Yeah, well, that's what happens in the BMX life, because the BMX life can't pay you the way that the working life can.
Yeah, it happens, man. And also, if you're Canadian, that kind of fucks things up too. You're forgetting.
It's just harder.
Yeah. You were saying controversy, right?
Yeah, what's the latest and greatest controversy going on
in BMX?
Did you see that they added a roller coaster rail to El Toro?
Why did you just take the shit out of my mouth? It's a 3-1, but it's wrong because it's 1 up and 2 on the sides.
It's so insane. Like, they literally, you see that and you're like, yep, they knew what they were doing the entire time. They probably actually told people. Remember how it was supposed to be stairs, flat stairs?
Yeah.
Because it was some regulations. They probably actually told people that. And because it just seems like whoever's running the show behind this whole El Toro thing is like involved. And it's just puppet. They're puppets.
Let's add a fucked up rail. So then now every kid's gonna go. I mean, look at what happened to that little kid that went there to try to hanger it.
Yeah.
The most messed up part about that, if he wasn't super young and he was older, that could have been super bad, and the whole time the kid's laughing at him.
Yeah, it's stupid. It could have been bad no matter what. He could have broke his neck instantly backwards.
Well, we'll look at Brian Kaczynski. Brian Kaczynski took a straight facer on it too, trying to hanger it.
Yeah.
And then that goes right back to the rules. Like, hey, kid, it's already been hangered.
Literally, that's the thing about that. Like, I don't believe in any of that whatsoever, but it's just an example of, like, why would you kill yourself for something that someone already did? Like, I would not risk it for something someone already did. I
mean, well, now, back in the day, someone drove their car or van down it. Then somebody stole the golf cart and flung that down it.
The gate, dude, the gate thing is a whole nother part of the whole they knew what they were doing thing, because those gates open. And then did you see the rails? They have no bend, like there's no upright at the very end of them, and they look like they're already cut off, like somebody went there and cut off the end of a rail, but that looks like how they were put in there. It's like they made a perfect roller coaster spot, or not roller coaster, a 60-40 spot.
They what looks so crazy about that shit too is they were supposed to put poles at the end of it,
Yeah,
and
no,
I
that
was
was
just
another
saying,
rumor.
I was like, you put poles at the end of it, you realize someone's just gonna fucking huck it and be the first to do the three over it, and the
Yeah.
first to do this, and it just turns into the first to the first to first, because that's like the dopest staircase now. Look at how beautiful it looks.
Literally, whoever's behind it obviously has seen videos of it and knows what people do there. There's no possible way that the person who's running that show has their head so far in the sand that they don't know anything about what people do.
It's funny to go back and think about tricks that have all been done there. And I watched Josh Hino in 2000 do an over 50 on it, and then just a regular ice pick and an oppo ice pick. No, not oppo, just a regular ice pick and an over 50-50 on it
Yeah.
in the year 2000. And it's just like going through the tricks that have been done on there. And then I always think of Little Juice tail whipping it. Like, I don't even think the tail whip's that big anymore now with how kids are so crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure someone could double whip that fucker.
Isn't
it's
it
so
funny
big.
though how like just a year ago, maybe two if you want to push it
It was
further.
2 years ago.
What I'm saying is like before that you could complain about how kids didn't send it at all and like nobody did anything really big.
Right. But then when it comes to it's really crazy because I expect that from those kids because they're all so fucking good. You know what the one thing is someone's just got to be a ballsy prick and call these kids out for being skate park rats and plaza rats that turned into skate park or turned into street riders. It's like you guys can do all these tricks because you sit at a skate park all day long, sitting on a bank and doing your fly out bar spins and tail whips, and then you go to street. And maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's why Garrett Reynolds is so fucking good because he's a skate park rider.
Dude,
Brandon Began was a skate park rider.
that
They're
is
all
literally they all are. Zach Gerber, skate park rider.
I'm old. I'm a racer. See, I grew up racing.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is a lot of good people are racers. Bringing up the Garrett Reynolds thing. When I was at the wheel mill on Monday, Mike Potosny was saying how Garrett, when they used to go to contests when he's like 16-year-old kid, they'd go to the contest, and then after the contest, Garrett would go and ride street for like 4 hours. And like that's what do you do?
I just remember that little kid on a red line, and he did that 720 into the backside of the quarter, and I was like, "What the fuck? That kid's so small."
Well, he won Dew Tour championships for Park. Now he's the best street rider. Every big name street rider over the age of 23, maybe, grew up a skate park kid.
Ty Morrow was a fucking ramp rider.
They all were. They all had to be because guess what? If you didn't notice or not, they all followed BMX in the way that the trends in popularity
You know who
went.
a really good ass fucking street rider is, and he didn't ride ramps?
Who?
Edwin De La Rosa.
Well, that's because he lived in the middle of the city. That's funny.
I was trying to think of people that just straight up did that. And
who else is there?
Huh?
I said, who else is there? There's more. There's definitely more.
Tom White. Tom White was pretty good.
Animal guys who lived in New York.
Yeah. I wanted to say Davey Watson, but Davey Watson could ride fucking skate park too. Jack Maddock was a dirt rider, ramp rider. That doesn't count. Kurt, help me out. I know your fucking ass is smart at this. You know everything.
Yeah, who's a big name? Will Taubin? I've never heard of that name. Taubin?
Oh my God, Will Taubin? Russia? Yeah, you're right. He was on Neighborhood Superheroes. Will Taubin rode for Volume Bikes when it first came out.
I don't know that name. Who else?
Oh, Worms?
Austin Augie.
Who?
Someone said Austin Augie. I don't know about that one, but I don't know.
That maybe. I mean, that's kind of like iffy because he ride at Four Season a lot when he was coming up.
I have no idea.
I thought he was from the Midwest.
Jeff Mead said all the animal dudes kill it at the skate park. They rode Hackettstown all the time.
Yeah, I guess you're right there too. Yeah, but Edwin wasn't there all the time.
Yeah, Butcher is a name that is known with dirt a lot, so that one definitely isn't it.
Well, there's a few that are just didn't do the skate park thing that fucking murder it on the
What about
streets.
dude who did the Predator on the kink rail?
Oh, Vic Ayala.
Yes, he's skate park guy.
That might be one because Vic, I don't remember too much of him riding quarter pipes. You might be right on that.
But well, the thing about that too is though that Animal was never about putting skate park stuff in their videos. So like, unless you knew the person, you really wouldn't know.
Well, let's be honest. The first team on Animal was all skate park riders, pretty much.
Well, they had to be almost. Vic Murphy.
They had Chad Johnson, Rich Hirsch. I'm trying to think. Choquette, Marcus Wilkie, Ralph Sinisi. Ralph was a fucking ramp rider.
So I think we're getting to the point here that it wasn't possible, or it's very unlikely for someone to be a huge name in BMX without being a ramp rider first.
It's crazy. How many people are on?
It hasn't changed from 16 in a really long time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Any of you guys got any questions?
We're taking questions now. Anyone got any questions?
I actually have a question. What the fuck happened to that one big YouTuber dude that was on Stranger? Is he still doing YouTube?
John Hicks?
No, not that guy. The other big dude.
Who are you talking about?
LJ, what was that one kid from Florida? What happened to him?
Are you talking about Adam LZ?
Yeah, Adam LZ.
He's not, I don't know, he's like in and out of what he shows of BMX. I think he just kind of realized that BMX does not get him as many views on his YouTube channel, so he just doesn't post BMX really.
Oh,
that's what I'm gonna assume. Well, it just doesn't. He's so huge in the car world, it seems like that it's like it's probably not even worth it to edit a BMX video. It's probably honestly better than it. If I was in his position, he's probably like happier with BMX riding now because he can just ride without filming it.
He's divorced now too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a marriage and have it public. That's the other problem.
Yeah, well, Kurt wanted to know who's going to win the game of bike. I'm calling it right now. Sponge is winning the game of bike. He literally told me today that he had a lot of fun going to the skate park and doing everyone's sets.
He went and tried everyone's sets?
Yes. He said he had a good session or had a good time doing everyone's sets. I was like,
Can he do cat whip, the foot jam whip?
No, I doubt. I mean, he could probably try it and get close.
Well, I know for a fact, and I asked you to ask for the trick, and I'm not going to say it because I want him to do it.
I told him, because I think you said that.
What did he say?
I don't remember if he said anything really. Oh, I think we said something about saving it for the end rounds or something.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. But Sponge is retarded. Sponge is like Matt Sparks. He's just like one of those fucking dudes that's
like
so talented.
Sponge.
So good.
He soaks up tricks like a sponge, literally. Like he's the only person that I know in the game who can do literally every single aspect of it.
I wish Hollywood played. That would be a hard motherfucker to beat too.
Yeah, well, Hollywood's so particular though. I don't know. It might be different with a trick that's like you have to do this trick, and he goes to the park knowing he has to do this trick. It might be different, but when he's riding, he's so particular about things that it might have been hard. Let's see. If you can have
my prediction is Bobby Allister. Sponge is gonna have a hard time beating Bobby.
I don't think he will because the Sponge doesn't have front or back brakes, so Bobby's gonna have a hard time setting unless they decide that brakes are okay and it doesn't matter.
Oh, they're both competitive, so something will happen.
So whoever wins between Tim Wiegman and Andrew Reiser, do you know that name?
Yeah, Andrew Reiser is an old school almost. I think you, Kurt. He's from like Battlefield or
That
Battlegrounds,
dude
Washington,
is
right?
good.
Or Vancouver. Yeah, I think he used to ride for like Free Agent or something
That
back in the
dude
day.
still does flip whips and stuff.
Yeah, put fucking Kurt enter on this thing. We could three-way,
We
right?
have a lag. If Kurt wants to call in, that's fine. Um, but so if whoever wins between that, and then whoever wins between Bobby and the person that he's against, which Bobby's gonna win because the other dude's at BM and hasn't messaged back in a couple days, so I'm probably about to kick him out anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever wins between Bobby and Tim or Andrew is gonna go against whoever wins between Sponge and Anthony Villani or Anthony V, whatever
Yeah.
his name is, and Joe Weedman. So I'm calling that Sponge is gonna win because like Anthony set a brakeless Fufanu on the quarter. Like
Yeah.
Sponge will go and do that and crank flip out. Like he's ridiculous. Oh, there's Kurt. How do I add him in? It's gonna hang up on you. Did it add it in? Crap. Kurt, I hung up on Ricky. You there? Hello? I don't know what's going on. Crap. Kurt, I'm gonna call you in a second. You're muted. You there? Oh, that worked. Where'd you go?
I'm here.
Okay. I need to call Kurt. Kevin Jackson, thank you for the super chat.
What do you do?
Kevin Jackson donated $5.
You're the fucking man, Kevin.
There's Kurt. There. Now we're calling in for Kurt. Kurt was muted.
You'd be a better man, Kevin, if you followed me on YouTube.
Hello?
There he is.
Oh, let me get
Kurt.
the Shimano hat in. I need that money.
For all,
Shimano fishing.
is that the same Shimano who makes shifters?
Probably. I don't know.
Or the same Shimano that makes fishing reels.
That's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
Yeah, damn right.
I don't believe in Shimano anymore. I bought a reel from them and it fell apart, so I don't support them.
I don't buy profile stuff, so one and the same.
Whatever.
Where's Kurt? I can't even see
Kurt,
him.
we don't see your face. We want to see your face.
Can you see me?
There's your
There
face.
you are.
I gotta shrink the.
Hey, Kurt. So Andrew Reisner, is it Vancouver, Canada, or is he from Washington? I can't remember.
He's from Blaine, that's like right on the border of Canada and Washington. That's where, like, if you watch Schwinn American Muscle and like a bunch of the old Infection videos, that weird like mini ramp with a box jump, that was, I think, his house or ramps.
What about that? Yeah, but he was on Road Pulse 10, right?
Yeah, his indoor ramps. Yeah, his indoor
Yeah.
warehouse. Yeah, that dude is, I guess it's like anyone anywhere, but that guy is the ramp master. Him and Matt Sager.
Oh my God, Matt Sager. Holy shit.
Those are probably, I mean, they're on the level of any Midwest ramp dude.
Dude, it's
So-
gonna be tough to beat him. He can do a lot.
He's one of those guys that can probably do every lip trick there is.
So he's like Patty Gross.
Probably.
Well, Patty's got more tail whip variations, probably.
Yeah,
He's
Patty
probably
can
10
definitely do it all.
Probably like 10 years older, though.
It's gonna be interesting. Kurt, who do you legitimately think is gonna go far?
I'm not sucking up because he's in the chat, but Jeff Mead or Geoff, whatever.
Yeah.
That dude is
Woo!
kill. That dude's a boss.
And he's got the determination too.
he's another dude that can probably do every trick there is.
Yeah.
That clip of him on Instagram from trying to like go fakie around that curved wall thing at Merritt,
Yeah.
that's insane. I think that's
Right.
crazy.
Definitely.
I think Anthony.
He hasn't even
Volani
started doing his decades yet. That's what's so funny. He has decade variation.
Yeah, he's not
That
allowed
hasn't
to
even
use his
happened
brakes yet, so he's. I don't
No
know.
one knows how good Anthony Volani is, though.
Anthony's good though too.
Yeah, but obviously Clint Miller invented lip tricks.
But did you see his reaction? He's like, "I'm not doing that shit," and took the letter.
What was it?
It was a Smith to Feeble to Lucky 270.
Damn.
And he said, "I ain't doing that shit."
Yeah.
When he busts out the downside whip to nose picks, that's when it's gonna get sick.
Oh my god, dude. That's why it's like I'm glad I'm not on that side of the bracket.
That bracket those guys are in is stacked. Too.
Dude, that one with Sponge and Andrew and Bobby and TJ.
Dude, that backwards manual to topside ice drop in.
He's like, you just gotta, or it wasn't a backwards manual. He just fakied, but still, he's like, you just gotta pull in. Because I asked him how you do it, because I wanted to try it. I'm like, or he said you just fall in. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like that is not what you do.
Dude, he's on another level.
Dude, the props thing, when I watched him do it, he was sitting right next to me. I punched him like 4 times. When he did the ice pick, the fucking like backwards manual for 10 feet to ice to 270.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That
dude.
first trick TJ tried to set was the craziest thing ever.
But did you see the guy do it brakeless? Almost. Wasn't it funny? Like another person set after him and almost set the same trick.
What was it?
Oof,
ice. Pick, tail tap, ice pick, tail tap, ice pick, tail tap.
To fakie. And then the dude complained about it, so TJ's like, all right, I'll just do a fakey double peg on you.
Dude, it's cool. I think that's probably one of the cooler things I've seen lately. Is I thought it'd be kind of weird, or not to be rude, but like kind of lame. But
yeah,
all these guys are crazy, and even the stuff that like I personally don't think is cool is sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's some hate going on in there for that stuff, but it's like, whatever, you need all of it. Otherwise, it's boring. Otherwise, it's just flat ledge riding.
Exactly.
I think Andrew adds a different element into it. And obviously, you got to look at ages and body type. Like, some people are super skinny and buff and made for this shit, and then you get the other guys that are like Andrew's like stocky, and he's a bigger dude. Like, he can't just be all nimbly wimbly dimbly, you know. So like watching him do stuff motivates me. I like it. I like the kid that's playing Trevor,
Mike Groff. He's in here watching right now.
Holy fuck. Well, I watched a few of his things on Instagram, and I was like, oh, you little bastard. If I had brakes, that's the tricks I would be doing. And then he said to me, he's like, yeah, I was doing tricks like you. I was like, no, I have to bitch tire tap to do those tricks. You're doing it with brakes.
You're right.
I like it.
I think it's cool because you have guys that are like traditional mini ramp rider style.
Yeah.
And then you have guys that are like, obviously like street guys that are at the skate park.
Yeah.
Or just dudes that ride everything, but those traditional mini ramp dudes are my favorite.
He's got a world champion in there. Did Clint ever win one of those? But I know he was in it.
If he didn't, he should have.
It's so awesome.
I mean, you know, he went to the world champions a lot of time. If he does the down whip to fucking nose pick, that's going to be disgusting.
No one's going to be able to keep up with that.
Yeah, but Clint Miller's also 47 years old.
Exactly.
Or however, you know,
see, we need, in the next game, we need to get Rob Ridge.
Oh, my God. No one will win. Game over.
No, because you don't see Rob Ridge doing bar spins or tail whips. So,
he
like,
can.
I'm sure he can, but, like...
Have you seen his edits from 1992?
Oh, we forgot about Corey Bradley.
He had to bow out of the game.
No. I forgot that dude.
Why?
He had reasons, but
Okay.
if he gets involved with the next one, he's another guy who's like relatively unknown.
All right.
Completely.
I will call Rick Molinterno and ask Rick if he'll play the next one.
I doubt he will.
Yeah, you both got quiet.
I bet he won't.
That would be fucking
I just bet he
sick.
won't.
Well, he needs put money on it. He needs Mustang money.
Whatever. No, because John Courts offered a custom frame for the winner of the next game, so he's gonna be like,
What?
he's gonna be like, I don't want that shit.
Well, for the amount of money they want to charge for my custom frame,
You're gonna get in on it.
it.
You're gonna get in on it. You want to win the custom frame.
I haven't seen the top side of Coping in a long time. I haven't seen a skate park in a long time.
That's okay. But yeah, dude, he messaged me and was like, he offered it. I don't know. Obviously, it's time can change that between now and when the next game starts, but he's hyped. Zach Warden.
I think it's a good idea. I just think a couple different rules. I know you don't like it, but I don't think it's fair for a 2-foot quarter.
I might make the minimum 3 foot.
Kurt, what do you think?
I think like some of those, and if the guy's in here, he can fight me about it. But like some of that stuff being done on like the wedge, it looks like a wedge. That's kind of whack. But the difference between doing something on a 2 foot or a 4 foot or a 6 foot, like some of that stuff's harder on a smaller ramp.
Yeah, that's true. 100%.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's more giving. It's more giving, so you're going to be willing to try it.
Would you rather toothpick like some mellow ass quarter, or would you rather toothpick like a steep 6 footer?
Yeah.
Or I mean, some of it, it's also some of these people. I think Brant and I talked about this. Like, if they'll live with it and submit it, I mean, it's on the internet forever.
That's the whole thing of it. It's like if you're willing to put it out there, then whatever. But I do agree that like a 2 foot ramp does kind of suck. It just makes it like it's one of those things. It's like it's tough, and if you get put against somebody who's gonna do that, it sucks. But it's kind of the luck of the draw. It's like it's like Trevor being put up against Mike Groff.
It's hard. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying that like I don't like the 2 foot thing, and I don't like. I'm getting nitpicky. I guess I'm getting too nitpicky. I like it. It's good.
It's just.
I agree though. Not everyone has a 4 foot or 5 foot quarter with coping on it, and some of those kids wouldn't be in it. And I mean, they're doing with what they got. Hopefully they're not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then the other thing is this is a test run, and you made it bigger than it was before. So this next one, you're gonna have people that are serious.
Oh, definitely.
You're gonna have people that are fucking human eaters.
I still think I'm gonna have to do 64 people again, or it's gonna be boring.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, 32 would be easier and faster, but 64 makes it so huge that it's like you get to pick and choose who you want to watch rather than being forced to watch certain people.
I dare you to just start an Instagram and call it fucking 1 foot ledges and do a game of bike on a 1 foot ledge for people.
We already talked about this.
No one would do it.
Yeah, it would be too hard to get all of them together.
Right.
So.
I do think it would be cool. What?
And Drew would win.
Drew. That's funny.
Yo, okay, so I will tell you something about Drew. So Drew has been working his ass off on losing weight. So Drew has probably lost in the last year, a year and a half, he's lost like 60 pounds. All right?
Yeah.
So, and he also, he's only 32, but that's still old, but it's younger than me. So I still think he's young. And we went out riding street, and I instead of being like the negative Nancy where I like to be towards him, I was just super positive. That fucking dude started doing bunny hop 360s again, and we brought Scotty HD, and he brought all of his professional camera gear, and I just made Drew go out and get clips, and Drew was just riding like it was fucking 1998 again.
That's sick.
And I told Drew, I was like, dude, I think you're ready to go do handrails with me again. My goal is just to get Drew, because Drew's a big dude. Drew's like 5'10", 5'9", 280 fucking pounds. That's not a small human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he wrecked, oh, dude, he ate shit so bad on a fence ride, and I feel so bad. But he did the fence ride like 3 times. I was like, yo, you just got to go higher, bro. And then his front wheel washed out, and he just ate fucking concrete. But he got up, and we went and filmed a clip. And then I told him, I was like, yo, no more Instagram posting. I was like, we're going to make an edit for you. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but he got a clip where Kurt would be like, what? Me and Scotty HD were surprised by the clip he did. I was
That's
speechless.
awesome.
So, Jersey Drew, my prediction.
Off merit. kick Beacon off merit, put Drew on pro.
I can't. Drew and fucking Mike have been not best friends, but been friends since they were kids. So it's just like, it doesn't work. It's just like Dustin, not Justin. Like Dustin, not Justin would work at Merritt if he wasn't good friends with Mike. That's just the way it goes. It's like Mike doesn't want to have his like good friends there.
So that means Mike hates you?
Oh, dude. You know what Mike
That's going
says
in the
to
news
me?
on Friday.
You know what Mike says to me? He's like, yo, dude, I'd like you more if you'd stop talking about BMX. I'm like, motherfucker, I work at a bike company. And he just doesn't. Man, whatever. Fuck you.
Jesus.
I'm not dissing because I got a box coming.
That's funny.
So, Brent,
What?
how's it feel to know about Beacon?
I'm so mad that you didn't just confirm it so I could keep it in my video.
You want to know what's something funny? I'm not the only one in this conversation that knew he was on.
Yeah, and Kurt told me too late. Kurt told me, but told me way too late.
I didn't know. I know nothing.
Whatever.
I heard he's going to Tall Order though.
No, but literally, I recorded in my video saying cult, and then I bleeped it out and put stranger over it because no one would just give me a head nod so that I could keep it in there.
I would have gotten in trouble.
No, you wouldn't have, because no one would have ever known.
I would have gotten.
Literally, no one would have ever known.
I knew like a month ago or so, but I wasn't supposed to know because they got to work.
See, this is what's going to get you in trouble. If you would have just secretly let me put that in my video, it wouldn't have gotten anyone in trouble. But you're out here saying, I knew a month ago, but I wasn't supposed to know. So now no one's going to tell you anything. I
can divulge another secret right now.
What, Ricky's going to go work for Sebastian
And
Keep?
this is serious. Yeah, I wish.
What did he say?
I said Ricky's going to go work for Sebastian Keep.
Tall Order? Oh my God.
Andy Garcia is going to drop a new video soon, edited by someone. And I've seen it, and it's amazing. And that dude is going to blow up in 2020. Like, not trying to S no one's D, but that dude, for that style of riding, is the next best thing ever.
Is he on Primo?
Yeah, and Stranger.
I wish I knew who that was.
He's a new up-and-coming kid.
The best.
Watch the game of bike against him and Began. Did he beat Began?
I think they did not. I keep trying to put up money for him and Grant C to play because they ride kind of the same.
Yeah, slow and low.
But I mean, word on the street is Grant C don't want none.
One day there's going to be enough people watching this that we're going to get people hitting people up whenever you say stuff like that, and then it's going to cause them to play games of bike.
We're going to California in like 3 weeks. Grant C will probably beat me up if he sees it.
Are you going back to Cali?
Yeah.
That means I'm going in like 2 weeks.
Motherfucker.
Never.
You're an asshole.
You don't got a Vans, man. Tuesday Vans, Wednesday Vans, Thursday Vans.
I have an indoor park, okay? At my job.
Yeah, but it don't.
Who's the next fit rider to jump to cult? Someone said.
Morgan Long.
I don't think there's
Does
any
Morgan
good
Long
riders
still
left.
do anything for professional BMX?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's just a random name pulled out of the air.
Oh, okay.
I think Yumi's gonna be the next big thing.
Wasn't he
He's
already a big thing?
No, never.
You're just talking crap. Whatever.
I can't even say. That dude's good, I'm sure.
Who?
So, Yumi.
Yumi was good when he was part of that crew. As soon as he left that crew, he changed.
I predict Stevie Churchill coming back.
You think so?
I really would hope that. I would love that, but I can tell he's super rusty, and I can tell that these kids are catching him. So he's got a lot to get back. He's just got to start doing flare sit-downs or flare seat stands and shit like he used to back in the day. Oh, he's just got to do a bunny hop 720, and then I know he's back.
Jeez. What happened to Shane Weston? Where's Shane Weston at?
He's probably mad somewhere. Throwing his bike.
How did he get on stolen, put out one edit, and then hasn't done anything since?
Who?
Shane Weston.
Oh, I thought he was on like Fly or something.
No. He got kicked off a Fly, and then he got on stolen. He put out an edit that was so fucked, and then hasn't rode his bike since.
Who knows?
Crazy.
Who cares?
Why is Antoine DeBlack not on Merit Pro?
Because he can't land tail whips.
I wish someone would pull up the video of Ricky trying to tail whip, where it looks like Ricky tried.
I got tail whips.
Where it looked like you tried not to land it on purpose.
Ricky did a tail whip when we were at Bloomfield? I think.
Yeah.
Because I did them, and then Ricky did one fly out, I'm pretty sure.
I can do tail whips. It takes me a hundo. I cannot backflip. I can never. Every time I almost get upside down, I die.
Yeah, backflips are stupid anyways. Crickets.
Let's one other thing I want to talk about besides Standard's ridiculously high priced custom frames is
we're not here to
I'm just joking.
I know.
That guy that didn't you film that edit for that dude that's on Standard?
Gage.
That dude.
I filmed
sick.
I filmed everything that was in the video that I made of him. And then everything else was filmed by other people.
That guy is good.
He's so amazing at riding bikes, but the problem is that
he doesn't want to leave.
No, he's around people who don't bring him up. He's around people who focus more on bringing other people down, and it sucks. Like there was legitimate
once a week.
Dude, there was legitimately, check this out. A couple years ago, he was better than he is now. And literally, yes, literally the person that he rode with all the time straight up told me this to my face. Because I'm like, Gage goes and does, he does like a tuck air, then 180 bar back the spine, first try at raise, or something crazy like that, or double truck, whatever. He's filming and he just does it like it's easy. And I'm like, God, he is so freaking good. And then the dude goes, yeah, but I'll never tell him that. I'm like, why? Why not?
Ricky and I talk about this all the time. If you got a homie that's like good, why, like as a friend, why aren't you trying to either like help him out, bring him up? I mean, you don't got to drive him to like LA to film something on Hollywood High, but like, you know, why aren't you trying to help your homie? Like,
I guess
hopefully they do it for him, you know, someone, right?
I guess it was made up for by the fact that he probably got him on Standard, so it's kind of redeemed, but still.
But I mean, that goes for anyone, anywhere. If you got a buddy that like kills it, that guy probably is too humble to be like, hey, film me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how all those guys are. There's a dude that I'm going to film a rider spotlight for who's legitimately one of the best 3 riders in Ohio. And He's
Sponge?
No, Sponge. I've already filmed. Sponge is the first one. Then
Ryan Howard.
anyways, so
No, I won't say his name.
so he's just the best. Ricky, you saw him do stuff before. It's Vinny. Do you know the name? Vinny. He's literally like the best dude. He can do it all too. And he's just nowhere in BMX because I don't think anyone really knows about him. He's the one. He did the double loop at Swamp Fest, the loop to open loop. He's the first person who did it.
I just feel like in BMX, because you can self-promote yourself, that it's kind of easier that way. But like coming up where I did, like I rode for Vandal Bikes. Kurt was the TM. Everybody that hung out was on the fucking team.
Right.
Somehow, some way, we all helped one another. And there used to be this guy named Rob Crump. Now, Rob had a different attitude because he rode different than us, and he was on the team. But even though we didn't see eye to eye, and he's the only dude in BMX I ever fucking choked out, but then he beat me up. Well, he like punched me, but we still gave him props and still did it. Like anybody that was good, anybody from our crew, always stuck up for him. Like Hoder was the biggest piece of shit when he was a little kid. God, he was fucking annoying. And I used to go to, he used to sleep on Kurt's fucking couch and order porn and all this crazy shit and break in their house and do all this crazy stuff. But we did everything we could for him. Everybody, anybody in our crew, all of us got together. I mean, we all shit talked and hated one another sometimes. There was a kid named Manthong. Who the hell was that, Kurt, by the way? I forgot about him.
Dane Dak.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody, dude. And we were all so, I don't know, like if one person got one thing, the whole crew got it all. That's just how it rolled. And it makes me laugh that like kids nowadays don't do that. Like they have this like one superstar and he's super good, but he has the problem of not wanting to talk to people or he doesn't know how to socialize. There's always that one good dude in the scene. And it takes the whore, the guy that likes to talk a lot, to help him out, which would have been me or Kurt.
Well, and here's probably something that's contributed to that. BMX was smaller in the past. So the chances of having someone in your area, if you had a scene whatsoever, who was like involved with the BMX industry was higher. So it was probably easier to have people do that and actually be connected to the industry than it is today, where you have entire scenes of people who not one of those people is connected to BMX. So obviously if they aren't connected, they aren't gonna know how to help.
Yeah, but you can you can DM anybody now.
But the problem is you have to have that thought. If you don't have that thought or someone doesn't tell you, like, then it's just not there. It's like skate park etiquette. Until you get ran over or someone tells you to stay out of the way, you have no idea.
Well, you haven't been to C-Tech where they punch you in the fucking mouth.
And that's how you learn. And that's how you learn.
There's not even a skate park there anymore.
If there's no pro...
Sounded good. You like that? That was 20 years ago, Kurt.
But I mean, I think at least like I related to like, or like coming from like hardcore like punk music where like your crew is like your family. Yeah. And like your crew is like your scene, so like why wouldn't you want to like pump up your crew and like obviously not violent like a hardcore crew, but like why wouldn't you want to like pump up your homie, you know? So that sucks to hear someone doesn't like, you know, isn't trying to help their buddy out. And I mean, again, you don't have to like take the dude and like, you know, fly him somewhere like anything, but like just hold his camera so it's not a still shot or
yeah,
you know.
Well, that was the past too. Like I said, he got him on standard, so that kind of is redeeming.
Well, and Ricky, I don't want to say the guy's name, but like there's a certain dude that's insane that is like making his way in the world of BMX, and it's like all this stuff's filmed at the skate park because no one will go film it, you know, street edit with it. And I guess it's not his friend's responsibility either, but it's like, man, it's just that talent's gonna be gone, and not everyone will get to see it. Yeah. You know, so
it's BMX is super tough, and a lot of it is personalities. Like I have no problem talking to people, so that's what I've got my whole life. Like as a growing up and being things, I was so competitive and I wanted shit so bad that I challenged the most hardcore best bike rider in the Northwest to a game of bike, and I said I'd whoop his ass. And then I found out he was the greatest bike rider. His name's Andrew Carpenter. And I would say, I'm going to whip your ass. I'm better than you. But it was just like, I wanted it so fucking bad, but it was like a small town mentality. And like, I owe so much to Kurt, because Kurt was my TM, and he'd always be like, yo, Ricky, calm the fuck down. Like, stop being that way. Like, you don't have to be like this. But I mean, Kurt knows me. It would be negative 20 degrees outside. We just got done shoveling the skate park underneath the bridge. If we had to, I would get out of my car with my mosh and I would go as fast as I could and do a fakey no-hander 1-footer out of the like 7-foot quarter that was off to the side on the 12-footer. Like my first trick. Like everything was balls to the walls when we were growing up. And I would just do every handrail I could just to prove a point, because Spokane, Washington was stacked for riders. Kurt doesn't want to admit it, but they had Joey. They had all these dudes that were just hard as fuck, and I had to try to beat them all. But it didn't work because my best friend was Josh Parker, and he was better than me, and I hate him.
Oh, Jesus. I love Ricky's rants about people who beat him in games of bike. I'm just waiting to hear...
Everybody beats me in every game of bike because my mentality is I just want to have fun. And then I'll get stuck doing a dumb trick when I could have just kept doing tricks. That's my problem. And I have fun.
I'm just waiting to hear you start talking about me beating you. Twice.
I had you right there. If I would have stopped doing the Behringer, we would have been fine. And if I wouldn't have added tricks and I didn't know you couldn't fake you wall ride, I would have had you.
Hey, you know what? That's the past. You didn't do it.
Yeah, but I don't care. That's the whole point. I'm glad. If I would have beat you, what's the point of beating you? The only person that I won't let beat me is fucking Drew.
And Drew's a way better bike rider, no offense.
Oh!
And I don't give a fuck.
I mean, he's no Greg Henry, but he's pretty good.
Greg Henry has brakes, that's why.
All I know is I'm just going to make Drew drop an edit and actually not have him put anything on Instagram from the edit. So it's all secretive. So far, he's got 2 clips.
Good luck, man. Drew loves Instagram.
He's 50 clips away from a part.
Oh, he's a lot. I just want him to make him do handrails again. That's like my one goal. I just want handrails. He's done so many big handrails. He just needs to go back to the old days.
He just needs the confidence back, and then he'll do it.
Yeah, he's got me, brother. I'm the most motivating motherfucker there is.
You are pretty motivating. You really are.
I guess that's the word for it, but yeah.
Yeah. Or annoying, whatever. Dickhead Kurt.
No.
That's funny.
How many people we got in chat?
20.
Holy shit, we grew?
Yeah, well, it was froze. I refreshed it, and there was 22.
Oh, my God. You guys got any questions? Ask us some questions. We got Kurt here. Kurt's the BMX fucking Bible.
Yeah, ask
Kurt
history questions. Let's hear some trivia. Let's test Kurt's knowledge of BMX trivia. Let's ask him some history questions.
What year was EBCO started?
I don't know.
We have to.
I do know Jeremy that started EBCO, though.
That counts.
I can brag, though, that Saturday I got a ride with an OG Dirt Brothers, Sean Yarl, the dude that Abubaka'd the roof in, was that Cheese? Probably one of the best. I mean, that dude's been riding longer than I've been alive. And we got to go to the horrible skate park in Priest River, Idaho, and to watch that dude get pumped to just be doing tabletops over like this hip at, he's probably late 40s, and he's just still the boss. I have a picture, and I'll send it to you guys. On the original Primo Power Bike box, he was the guy on the front of it doing like the one-footed toboggan, and Sean brought me a box and held it up for a picture. And I was like, all right, you got to autograph it for my collection. He's like, no.
That's funny. We got a question from a dude who's over 50 years old and does 180 hand plants over double coping spines. He said, who was the guy who used to do Superman decades at Gravity Games?
Rowell Erickson.
Rowell
Yeah.
Erickson?
Ooh,
Yeah,
he
let's go.
corrected it. Someone actually answered it before I could even ask it.
Was it Rowell?
Yeah,
Rule?
that's what someone said.
Is that Dustin Reese?
No, Dustin's not in
Oh,
here.
Hey,
It's this dude named Jason Taylor. He's from like
hey,
Colorado or something.
tell Jason, all we want is questions from 1988 or lower. Just playing.
no, like 96 or newer.
I can do. That's the hard part. It's like 1990 to like 80 is fucking impossible almost.
What year
Like the
did this
AFA
wallet come
contest.
out?
Oh. All I know is props is at 37 with the New Jersey Scene Report is probably that's probably one of my favorite things in props ever. When
Ralph Sinisi was pissing off Joe Tissio at the shop.
Yeah, the writing in that is at that time was so high. George Dos Santos is the best. So I remember I was recovering from hip surgery, like a broken pelvic bone, and I watched that video back to back to back for like 6 weeks. That's my favorite
sick.
props.
I don't, man, I can't do that with videos. I watch it once and I'm satisfied. I could watch them. Okay, there's one video that I could watch on repeat. One video and only one video ever. And that's Dane Searle's Giants of Dirt or Monsters of Dirt, whatever it is, part 3, where he backflips the 60-foot double on his BMX bike.
You need to watch Front Break Revolution back to back to back.
Why?
This is what he needs. Kurt.
I watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it.
And like, not to be rude, I feel like it's kind of a different generation where like when I was growing up, I had to wait for everything. And I mean, I'm not dissing anyone newer, but like I cherish that stuff because I remember waiting for like those props issues and Road Fools.
Well, that was still around when I started. And literally, dude, I got a stack of props over there that I've never watched that someone gave me because I didn't care about that stuff. Literally, the only thing I cared about was riding and making my own videos.
That's cool.
You just need to buy the props, the whole thing, or buy the whole Road Fools one, collector's edition.
I know.
Dude, watch that.
I need
it's
to.
Like 900 hours of BMX, and you would probably learn so many BMX tricks.
Yeah, I mean, when I started Lip Lords, I took a lot of ideas from watching the props best of whatever year videos. I was like random stuff would give me ideas from that. But I don't know, man. I just have cared way more about making stuff than watching stuff.
God, all those videos. You should watch Standard. What's the one with the Gons? The Standard video.
The one when
Standard
they went
Country.
Standard Country.
Just watch Standard Country.
Give me a
back to back to
specific
back for a
part.
week.
Give me a specific part to watch, and I'll watch it once.
Everyone.
Jim Reinstra has a good part. So does Brian Vowell.
Jim Rinstra, right? Whatever.
No, Brian Vowell not in there.
That name.
Brian Vowell ain't in that one.
I don't think so.
Why am I? Oh, Brian Vowell didn't come on there because he was
probably
rolling
solid.
on the, sorry, rolling on the river. My bad.
Lucky, the best bike rider ever on a yellow bike.
Ride turbulence is what got me into riding. Watching Rat Boy. That's what Rollback Rob said.
That's the fucking man. What's up, Baltimore? How are you, brother? How's the kid?
Oh, you know him?
Neighbor?
You know him, Ricky?
I know everybody, brother.
I'm just saying. Listen,
people in there.
Listen, Ricky. He said earlier that he wanted to play you in a game of bike, and I didn't say anything because I didn't think you'd know who he was.
He'd probably beat me because he's a fucking goofball. The only time that I usually beat, like if I play someone, is when I get that cocky fuck that wants to play me in spins, like in full cab tricks or underhanded. Every guy that's challenged me in underhanded, I just purposely beat him in underhanded because I hate when they do that one. But playing a game of bike, I don't care. I'll usually lose. You know who's hard to play in a game of bike? Fucking
Who's that?
Mike Brennan. Mike Brennan can play a game of bike because he fucking hates losing, so he'll just do everything tail whip.
That's funny.
God, and he's got the craziest whips too. He's
Crank
so
flip
big.
whips.
Fucking whips. He can do X-up lander to whip out.
That's nuts.
He almost landed a double bunny hop whip.
That's
He
He
bar
got
spun
the
El
foot
Toro.
over. Huh?
He bar spun El Toro. Like,
who's gonna be the first
8
person to
times.
hop double whip?
I don't know, but I know Mike Brendan was trying him in 2007 or 8.
If he had a light bike like today's bikes, he probably would have pulled it.
He had a lighter bike then. He had a fucking like titanium everything on his bike.
Oh.
On his
yeah,
fucking.
he was like a weight weenie. Kinda.
Gotcha. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Ask me some
I-
more questions. Let me bust out my mid-school knowledge.
You heard the man. Let
And
me think.
I'll probably get it wrong.
That's okay. I have 10 minutes till I gotta get off here and edit a video.
I could also talk for like a half an hour alone on standard stems or gyro-friendly redneck stems or war pig frames, whatever you guys want to hear.
Yeah. Oh, I got a funny story about a war pig frame before people's questions come in. First of all, though, someone plugged Ricky's YouTube videos he's been making. Definitely got to check those out if you guys aren't watching them. But story about a war pig frame. Some kid came down to our skate park one time on a complete bike that was a war pig frame. It had gigantic brake pads on it, triple walled rims, and it had a set of the bars that Sponge rides that are the slam bars with the 1 or 7/8 inch crossbar from '99 or whatever. They only made them for like a year.
Slam specials.
Yeah, and he sold Sponge that bike for $35, and he only bought it for the bars because he wanted a wider set of bars. And when he measured them, he found that one side was cut shorter than the other.
Dude, you used to have to do that. You used to have to leave one like a quarter-inch longer so your brake lever would fit.
Oh my God!
It
Hey
was
Kurt,
funny.
when's Mike Escamilla's birthday?
Why would I know that?
August 8th. What was the one rail trick that Mike Escamilla did? What was the first rail trick that Mike Escamilla did when he was 15 years old?
Fakey pegs.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Or dude, I don't know. I've seen Dirty Deeds like 1,000 times. I don't know.
I was trying to think of random shit. Isn't
Whoa.
he the first one to do a crook?
What was the answer?
Maybe. Probably first one in the video, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Someone said crooked.
Dude,
Wow.
think about, so I just talked with Sean on this, like on Saturday, not to name drop, but Sean Yarl's sick. Because he was
Nowhere
around for
Fast.
all of like Nowhere Fast filming. And I used to think that Rooftop, I've always loved Rooftop, but the start of his Nowhere Fast part, he's like doing skids to 180 and skids to 360 at
Yeah.
the Santa Ana Civic Center bank.
Yeah.
And until I finally got to go there like last year, I was like, no, it's a skid to 180 and a skid to 360. Like, it's
That
really
thing's
not.
long as fuck.
And it's rough and it sucks. And Rooftop is still top tier, the best rider.
He's
Like,
definitely.
it was so good.
I've got a question. Who's the first guy to wall ride tail whip on, or wall ride flare on street?
Wall ride? What the fuck?
That's
Gons
like a
did-
new question. Why would you give us a Chris
the
Kyle
Gons
question?
did tree ride fakie, like back in '96, and I think Chris Toff did them too.
No. He did it before 96. He did it in 1991, and he self-filmed himself doing it.
Oh,
The
okay.
tree ride fakie.
Because in like Prop 16, he's doing them, I think, or trying them. I mean, the Gons. It's a tree ride close enough to a wall ride. Next question.
It's Wade.
Wade Lazier.
Oh!
Lazier.
That sucks because I know Wade. Like, Wade, I know he was 13 years old. Him and Joey Pierce. Oh, my God. I've
You-
known Wade since he was a young buck.
You done messed
The-
up.
Yeah, but that's
inverts. When he was 14, he could do the best inverts just right at coping. Because he wasn't, like, big enough to go above coping.
Darren
That's always
Bearclaw
funny.
had some pretty good tabletops. When I think of Wade, I think of Darren Bearclaw.
Wade Lyler is a very good bike rider and now a very talented metal artist.
Yeah, but that Wade one, that's more of a Y2K answer. That isn't a mid school.
I've also watched him tail whip onto a wall ride and tail whip off.
That's nuts.
Jesus Christ. Was that the 1664 contest?
Practice at a Metro Jam.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Practice. Remember that. Practice.
Was that the year that Darren Bradcloth just showed up and started blasting everything? Was that Vancouver? The year I went?
Vancouver. I don't know. Was it Vancouver when they had that weird billboard? And Mercer, my buddy I ride with, enters pro. He gets put in his heat, and no one knows who he is. And it's Ryan Nyquist, like Morgan Wade and Gary Young, and then this kid from Washington, Michael Hanning. And
That's
so,
funny.
like, you know, three of the best dudes ever to ride a bike, and just some dude. The funniest thing ever.
My bike got stolen during that, and then I twisted my ankle playing in the parking lot with Taj Mahal. And then I tried to fucking punch the kid in the face that stole my wheels. That Trevor kid that rode for Mutiny.
Oh, Antonio?
Yeah. He stole my shit.
Wonder where he is these days.
Oh, yeah, and then John Heaton tried to beat me up because he thought I was looking at his girlfriend's ass. But I was like, dude, we're in Canada. They have their menus, instead of being up, when you go to McDonald's, they're down. So it was down. I'm like, your girlfriend's ass is in the way of the fucking menu. I'm not looking at her ass. But to go back on this story, I talked to John Heaton, and he apologized to me and told me he had a really bad attitude. So he's like, I believe your story, kid. I was like, kid, I'm older than you.
So...
What other question can I get wrong?
Yeah, here's the last question. 2 last questions.
Jay Miron.
Nope. That's wrong because it's not a person answer. What video is this quote from? So George, why is your ramp in my backyard?
I don't fucking know.
Someone asked. I don't know.
No. What person asked?
His name's Dustin Steer. I don't know.
George,
why is your
ramp in my backyard? And then somebody asked when Dave Mirra rode a FBM frame.
Did he ever? I know he rode Behringer bars.
Yeah.
Why
Didn't
George?
ride an FBM sprocket for a while though. I don't know. These kids are smart. These adults are smarter than I am.
They didn't even ask about the greatest stem ever made. Solid.
Ooh, solid stems.
Ooh.
Look at that boner Kurt just had. See that? You know.
And you're only a real true solid stem aficionado if you got the engraved one. Because if you came along later and you got the one with the logo, like screen printed or whatever on it, you're amateur hour. That's like OG animal stem, like
the 10th anniversary stem.
I have a friend who's still riding
Oh.
an OG animal front load stem.
He's cool, probably.
Yeah, he's gonna break his face one day.
Yeah, probably.
What is the answer on the Hey George? Why
Dead
is your...
Sailor.
Motherfucker.
No, I don't know. That's just what someone said.
Is that the one with Gemini Wheelie King in it?
I don't know. It might not be Dead Sailor.
Ben Ward and I did talk about Gemini the Wheelie King the other day. I'll name drop all day.
Name dropping.
That's my autobiography, name dropping.
Oh, no, the answer is Standpoint Bio.
God, I suck. Oh, No. That doesn't count. No, that doesn't count. That's Y2K. He's got to go older.
I'm on the West Coast. I wasn't lucky enough to see some of that cool stuff like that.
He's got to go older. It's got to be under 2000 to be mid-school. Like, mid-school stops at, like, 2002, basically. But you got to go older.
We're out of time, so we're going to do this another day.
Yo, dude,
Lance
fuck
gotta
your
go to bed.
time.
No, I got to edit a video, and then I got to wake up in the morning to go to work.
Hey, well, I already made
gotta
my
wake up to
video
go to work
before
too.
we started.
Yeah, and I got to edit pictures, too. I got to do my 2 other jobs before I go to bed for my other job.
Hey,
Just start
you get to
stealing
talk
from
to
that job.
Kurt right
Quit
now,
going to work.
okay?
Quit going to work. Oh, God. It's probably gonna find something that no one cares about. It's stupid.
I'm gonna end it before anyone can see it.
It's probably like a picture of him doing like a one-handed no-footer.
You see this
Kurt,
cookie with me on it?
I literally wish there was a way I could just pop in the video that I have of you and just have you talking on here from when you were 20 years old.
Dude,
We can
And you
arrange
look
that.
exactly the same. That's the crazy part.
this day and age, my comments at 20 would not fly. I would be fired.
You were such an asshole when you were younger. You always were a button pusher.
Still am. I'm an insurance adjuster. I'm still a button pusher.
Oh, definitely. All right, everybody. Make sure to check out my Instagram. Check out Kurt's Instagram. Fuck Grant Moore.
Don't check out mine. Check out Andy Garcia, Best Bike Rider 2020.
What about Jersey Drew?
Yeah. Also, Ricky's voting for Trump. He said 2020.
That's it. Stream's over. Click.
Love you guys. Peace.
Have a good night.
Bye. There it is. Oh, Kurt flipped his camera because he didn't know how to turn it off. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. I got to edit a video that you're going to watch tomorrow. And we'll see you in that video. So, good night. Thank you for tuning in. Kevin Jackson, thank you for that super chat you did earlier. And we'll see everybody.